In this segment, we're going to take a look at the company overview PowerPoint presentation. This is a tool you can use when you go to see community organizations or other groups in your area to talk about the Priceless Legacy Company and our mission. Okay, so what sort of community groups might be interested in learning more about the Priceless Legacy story and the mission of the company? Well, obviously veterans groups, retirement communities, ethnic and other community groups, for example, Hispanic heritage or African American heritage, Italian, almost any ethnicity. If there's enough concentration in a given area, there are bound to be community groups that are very interested in preserving the individual and collective stories of that community. Special interest clubs, they may even be unrelated to the topic of legacy preservation, but there are always groups, could be a model railroad club or a baseball card collecting group, that they need speakers, they need people to come in and tell them what's going on in the community, and ours is a very intriguing story. Nursing homes, hospice care organizations, religious groups, churches, synagogues, mosques. It's almost endless, the types of groups that are very interested in issues of heritage preservation, life story capture, and so on. And as you get out in your community, it's important that you think of these groups as well as possible sources, both for life story candidates, but also for legacy consultant team building recruits along the way. So let's walk through the presentation. This is just one way how I might use the presentation. Let's assume we're meeting with a Lions Club in a small town somewhere in America, and they're interested in learning more about the Priceless Legacy Company and our offerings. And this is a general impression, or one way that the presentation could be used. And again, you can download the presentation in the Resource Center area of the pricelesslegacy.com website. So we start with the title page, and again we emphasize here that we're talking about a general company overview. It's not designed to answer all the questions, but just to tell the curious listener a little bit about our company. I start off with a quotation from Benjamin Franklin that the next thing most like living one's life over again seems to be a recollection of that life, and to make that recollection as durable as possible by putting it down in writing. I emphasize also our mission. Our mission of the Priceless Legacy Company is to help people preserve and celebrate their life legacies for the benefit of future generations. Then I talk about the company a little bit. We're a custom book publishing company. We also produce products in DVD form, so by definition that's audio visual as well. We have our unique differentiator is that we distribute and service our products in the field with independent legacy consultants, a growing force of like-minded individuals who are firmly committed to the mission of life story capture. And they are independent, however, and they set their own hours and build their own businesses. We have a centralized state-of-the-art publishing capability in Dallas. We're web-enabled, we have high-quality products. It's always good to bring a sample book along to these presentations so they can see just how good our product is. And we're all about the proprietary process for making authors of regular people. This requires some education. People don't understand often that we're not talking about people writing their books. All they have to do is talk. We interview and then transcribe into a very readable narrative transcription what the person says during the interview. So people don't have to be writers, they just have to be talkers, which most people are. We are Dallas-based. We are a young company, having just started in October of 2008, but we're growing very, very fast. Our mission definitely resonates with people. And me, I'm the founder. Most people won't know who I am, but not yet anyway. But my name is Peter Goodmanson, and like I said, we founded the business in 2008. Another summary of what we're all about is passion and process. I find that this also tends to resonate with people, that we have the passion in the field, the human connection of the legacy consultant field force, and that the legacy consultants are very much the high-touch side of the business, and the high-tech side is the Priceless Legacy operations team, or the company entity here in Dallas. And we're all about combining this passion and process in equal measure. If you think about it, if we had passion but no process, that would be nothing more than sentiment and would be kind of ineffectual. But if we had process without passion, then we end up with just sort of a bureaucratic mess and no real purpose for being there. The need, hopefully, at this point is quite obvious. Life stories and lessons are important. They must be preserved. Too many people procrastinate and wait too long, and when that happens, they don't capture the stories and they frankly regret it forever. So we're all about urgency. We're all about getting started now and finishing now. This sort of high adrenaline approach is a differentiator, and it will resonate with the audiences you talk to, especially when you get them thinking about their own families and their own circumstances. Another thing I like to say is that we're invaluable to the subject and absolutely irreplaceable to the family. And in fact, we define the family, of course, as people who are not yet born. So the two major barriers here are procrastination and price. The reason why people don't do life story preservation on a regular basis is because they just put it off too long. It just seems like too much work. And that's where our legacy consultants come in. They're here to educate clients and subjects, but also to do some of the heavy lifting for a fee, of course, so that the client and subject can't delay any longer. Likewise, we have a process and culture that drives completion. You'll see it in our compensation plan and in our communications from the company. We're all about getting it done. Frankly, you need to be a little bit of a pain sometimes in order to push people to get this thing, to get this process done. And finally, price. Although $12.99 for a life story is still a lot of money for just about anybody, it is a fraction of what personal historians cost, and in terms of the value to generations to come and the current generation, it's a tremendously high value. Customer satisfaction is absolutely off the charts in a positive way. How do we do that? We do it with a 5-step process, and you have to judge your audience here if they're really interested in this or not. But we have a 5-step color-coded, iconed process on how we get these books together. And by following this process somewhat religiously and following each of the steps, we can put out a high-quality book with a conservative amount of time, both in the field and in here at corporate. So you might want to walk through the 5 steps of the process if your audience seems interested. Everyone is interested, however, in the life story package. What is it that we're actually selling? As you know, it's a custom book, anywhere up to 100 photos. And a 2-hour interview turned into an 80 to 100 page book. You know the answer to many of the questions. Can it be longer? Can you buy more time? The answer is yes, and there's a rate card on our website that describes those additional prices. Can people order more copies? Of course they can. What comes in the DVD? It's an audio interview and a life story, a slideshow. It comes in a very, very attractive box that's designed to protect the investment forever. We also offer a 5-year backup, so if people want to order more copies, or if their house burns down, or they somehow lose their priceless photos, we have it backed up. And like I said, the price is $1,299 plus shipping and handling, and we break that out into 3 payments of $433, again, plus the shipping, handling, and any tax that might be due. So in summary, again, when you're talking to a group, you want to talk about, really connect with them emotionally. Tell them your story. This tends to resonate with people that every minute 5 Americans die. That's a lot of people, and in most cases, no attempt is made to preserve their life stories. So those people go on to meet their maker and leave maybe some money behind, maybe some assets, some physical assets, but often not the organized life story, life lesson, type of asset that people would really want or really cherish forever, which is at the heart of their humanity. This is a tragedy that is irreversible. Don't be shy about showing some emotion here, and let people know this is a very, very serious deal. We believe as a company, and our legacy consultants are part of that company, that every life has worth and dignity. Again, emphasize this to your audience. Don't be shy about it. Every story must be preserved. And I like to end with this. If you haven't done already, ask people in your audience. And when I say your audience, maybe it's an auditorium, maybe it's a small group in a boardroom, maybe it's just one person across a desk, but ask them, which loved one are you thinking about right now? I almost guarantee that no one can resist the fact that they are thinking of someone, either with a sense of regret, a sense of expectation, or if they've been through this process with us or somebody else, a sense of completion for having completed the life story. So I hope it's been a useful little walkthrough. Again, this is designed to be a preparation for you to use the company overview when you meet with community groups. It's just a tool. You can adapt it as you see fit, but it's a useful tool in helping you present a very consistent message about what Priceless Legacy is all about. Thank you.